Celebrations outside a Tunis courthouse. This is the moment many have been waiting for. The RCD, which ruled with the former president Ben Ali for 23 years, no longer exists.
This is an extraordinary end to a party that once had the membership of more than 2 million people. These people say they no longer want to be associated with the remnants of Tunisia's past regime.
In the past week, the country has gone further than Egypt to rid itself of an apparatus linked to decades of repression, dismantling the nation's political police and preparing to rewrite the constitution.
Today is a new era, a new country, a new page in our history, in our democracy, in our everything. Today we are building our heritage, our culture, our life. Today, the people, they say no, no, no.
Mohamed Ghariani is the highest-ranking member of this now-dissolved party. He accepts the decision and for the first time makes this admission.
I apologize for all the bad things people from the RCD have done towards any citizens, any Tunisian man or woman, and I invite people to open a new page to former RCD members.
But there are members of this once powerful institution who won't give up so easily. One lawyer told me only the RCD can protect Tunisia from what he calls the Islamist threat.
What is left for the Tunisians? Ennahda, the Islamist party, has the offices which are the mosques. It has the Islamic rhetoric, which Tunisians accept easily. And now there is a political vacuum.
There will be an appeal, but it's unlikely to succeed. In the past few months, there have been so many historic moments in Tunisia. March 9th will be remembered as yet another end of an era. Nazanin Bashiri, AlJazeera, Tunis.
Nobel Peace Prize winner Muhammad Yunus has appealed against the Bangladeshi High Court decision which backed his sacking from the Grameen Bank. Last week, the central bank removed the 70-year-old as head of the micro-lender for being over the retirement age. Allies of Yunus say the decision is part of a government vendetta. Well, the Republic of Ireland has a new government, and Enda Kenny has been elected as the country's new Prime Minister. The Fine Gael party leader vowed to resolve the country's banking crisis. Kenny says he aims to renegotiate the terms of the bailout, making them more affordable for Ireland. 9 people have been arrested in London and Reykjavik in connection with the collapse of Ireland's Copthing Bank. Tycoons Vincent and Robert Cengiz are believed to be among those being questioned in the UK. The Mexican army has killed at least 6 suspected drug gangsters in a gun battle. Authorities say soldiers returned fire after being shot at from a cave in Buenavista, Huella. That's a small town in the southern state of Guerrero. When they later found 9 rifles in the hideout. Devout Hindus in the U.S. state of California are unhappy with the way American popular culture has commercialized their religion. They say the modern yoga movement has forgotten its deeper identity as a spiritual ritual. Rob Reynolds has more.
As you breathe into the back of the body.
The U.S. is in a yoga boom. With about 16 million Americans doing yoga, spending $6 billion a year on lessons, books, and other items, yoga has become as American as pizza or sushi.
Breathe with expanded awareness.
Many yoga classes feature some quasi-spiritual talk.
We're seeing others in their essence is that which is pulsating as goodness itself.
Others, like Kimberly Fowler's studio in Los Angeles, present yoga simply as good exercise.
If you've never done yoga and you walk into a class and the teacher's talking in Sanskrit and you're like, what are they saying?
But what is often overlooked amid all the stretching, twisting, and twirling is that yoga is a religious ritual, a Hindu ritual. At a temple near San Francisco, a Hindu priest says prayers before an altar. In another corner, a family prays for safe childbirth. There are about 2 million Hindus living in the United States, and many of them are not comfortable with the way their sacred traditions have been appropriated by American popular culture.
We want credit where it is due.
Swaminathan Venkatraman is a board member of the Hindu American Foundation.
Our major concern is that the roots of the practice need to be acknowledged. And we believe in today's modern yoga movement in the US, There is sometimes even a conscious effort to de-link yoga from Hinduism.
And be a force that is uplifting.
While Hindu ideas like karma, guru, and avatar are widely accepted, Hinduism itself is often disrespected.
Sometimes we have, the goddess Lakshmi sitting on Burger King ad, sitting on a burger. We've seen pictures of Ganesh plastered on toilet seats. They think it's cute.
Many faithful Hindus were offended by this news magazine cover depicting President Barack Obama in the pose of the god Shiva performing the cosmic dance. The Hindu American Foundation is pressuring the news media and school book publishers to change their depictions of Hinduism. Someday, they hope, Americans will learn that yoga means more than just a way of looking good in a pair of jeans.
Now stretch the thighs back.
Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Berkeley, California.
And NASA's most traveled spaceship has arrived back on Earth to complete its final journey. Discovery landed in Florida on Wednesday, ending a 27-year flying career. Well, the shuttle is NASA's first to retire. Endeavour and Atlantis are to follow. Discovery accumulated 365 days in orbit over 39 missions, racking up more than 238 million kilometers. Well, it'll now be prepared for display at the American Smithsonian Museum. You can get more on that story and more by heading over to our website. This is Al Jazeera, and these are the stories making the headlines now. In Libya, forces loyal to Muammar al-Gaddafi have launched multiple airstrikes on Ras al-Nouf, a strategically important oil city in the east of the country. Dozens are reported killed and oil facilities have been hit. Battles are ongoing in the west too. Gaddafi forces say they've reclaimed the center of Zawiya from rebel forces in fighting which has claimed the lives of 40 people. But there are conflicting claims. Rebel fighters say they've retaken the main square. Rebel fighters say they're holding on to the strategic town of Bin Jawad, but they faced airstrikes and heavy bombardment by Gaddafi forces. Senior representatives of Gaddafi's government, meanwhile, have been sent out to Egypt, Malta, Portugal and Belgium. The Libyan Deputy Defense Minister is in Cairo. It's believed he's due to hold talks with Egypt's military council and the Arab League. The Egyptian army has detained several people after armed men clashed with protesters in Cairo's Tahrir or Liberation Square. Demonstrators say supporters of the ousted president, Hosni Mubarak, stormed their camp carrying knives, machetes and rocks. Witnesses also reported sounds of gunfire at the scene. The death toll from Tuesday night's clashes between Muslims and Christians in Cairo has now risen to 13 people. 140 were wounded. The violence has prompted further protests by Coptic Christians in the Egyptian capital. And the country's opposition leader and Nobel laureate Mohammed al-Baradei has confirmed he'll run for president in elections later this year. Well, he'll be up against the outgoing Arab League chief, Amr